everybody, and welcome to Joker's Wild Side. I'm Lobo.
I'm Blue.
I'm Clay.
uh, welcome everybody. First of all, we're gonna get started. How you guys doing? Everything all right with you?
Doing pretty well.
Doing well.
Yourself?
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired. I'm not gonna lie. It was a long day at work, but we're here and we're not queer. We might have to edit that one out.
Too bad this is live.
I know.
It's okay. I think Twitch is okay with it.
Yeah, I think the other one is not.
No.
Yeah. But anyways, let's get right into it because we do have quite a bit of news, and we have a segment here at the end of the sports section of specifically soccer and the MLS. But to begin with, the Bears' great and former WCW wrestler Stephen McMichaels remains in a hospital after an infection.
Oh, wow.
Yikes.
Yeah, he has not been out of the hospital for, I think, now a few weeks. He was about to be released a few days ago, and they kept him over.
Wow.
So another night. So our P's and T's out to him and his family. Hopefully he gets through this and is
And
able
speedy recovery.
Yes, for sure. Also, a little bit of a brighter news. Saints tight end Jimmy Graham to row across the Arctic Ocean for charity.
That's a lot of rowing.
Yes.
That's a lot of rowing.
That's a lot. Oh, wait.
Yes. I think it was in the summer, during summer last year. He went into the Pat McAfee show talking specifically about what he was about to do. He said that he's been training for it for a few years already.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so he's been doing
42 days, 9 hours, and 19 minutes is the record.
Okay, I don't know.
1 year ago.
Okay, so I don't know if he's gonna break it, but he is definitely gonna do it for charity. He did not mention the charity, but yet, but that's a good cause. Doing something for whatever reason it is.
Apparently I was wrong. 34 days, 23 hours, 42 minutes, but that looks like a team of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if I count right.
Cool. Well, excited for that. Hopefully he gets done with it and it's safe and sound more than anything.
Oh yeah, no, because it can
Yeah,
get real nasty really quickly.
definitely. Also, on good news for all the Patriots haters out there, Patriots special teamer Matt Slater has retired after 16 years of NFL playing and being miserable for everybody else. No, but Bill Belichick mentioned that he was probably the best special teamer he's ever seen. Considering that he coached also Adam Vinatieri, that's saying a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got some weird news here. The Lions have released their veteran safety, Tracy Walker III. I think he had a great season. What I understood is to make room for salary cap. I think that's the move they had.
All right.
There's rumor that there's some other players that might be soon on the chopping block as well.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, this is the time of year where people try to fix their salary cap, as you mentioned earlier. That
Yep.
One, they did get bumped up a lot, but two, they're trying to get ready for next year for the draft and for any big names that might be out on the market here soon. There's a lot of them. As apparently Raiders running back Jacobs is a free agent, and apparently the Cowboys are looking into grabbing him.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that because he's a good running back. But anyways, speaking of signing, Kansas City Chiefs has signed wrongly accused punter Matt Araiza. I know you were talking about this earlier. If you have anything.
Yeah. Well, originally, we signed him with the Buffalo Bills.
Mm-hmm.
We drafted him. He is called the punt god in college, and still technically now, that's still his record for being in college. But with his allegations that happened that were false against him, we let him go when the allegations first came out. Like when they first came out, it was like a couple days after we released him, and then now after a year,
He's
I
back.
believe it's been a year or 2 years
Mhm.
or something like that, and then now KC signed him. So
I was gonna look that up, but I was like,
Yeah,
don't need that on my search history.
No, it is definitely not. That's why I'm glad you didn't mention what it was. We try not to.
it's very bad.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very bad.
It's
No
very
bueno.
bad.
But I'm glad that he is cleared. Especially if he's innocent, it's perfect. But
Yeah.
kudos to Kansas City. Seems like they got another great player. God damn it. For me, being a Raiders fan,
They'll just be punting a lot.
let's hope. Let's fucking hope.
If they think that they need a punter, well then it just shows that they're gonna be punting a lot.
Yeah. Let's hope. For my sake, I'm tired of losing.
Well, your Max Crosby can make that happen.
He is a amazing player. In my opinion, should have won Defensive Player of the Year, but that's complete bias.
Yep.
100% bias. I'm not gonna lie. So,
Yeah.
but
Well, that's who Patrick Mahomes says he hates going up against is Max Crosby. So
yeah, because he's what's it called? A stamina god, dude.
he just wants to murder
Yes,
He
Anyone.
stops and then he just
anyone that's QB. He just
Doesn't
wants to
stop.
go
Yeah.
after him.
I love it. I love it. I like Max's energy, so I love it. Also, Dolphins defensive end, Emmanuel. How do you pronounce
Ogba?
that? Ogba.
I don't know how to pronounce his name either.
Yeah, but
But-
he has been
yeah.
released. It was just a few hours ago when this was announced. You were saying there were some other players that possibly were released.
Yes, I don't remember his name,
Mhm.
but he's a cornerback, but it's not confirmed yet. It's a rumor right
Mm.
now that they might release this cornerback post June 1st.
Gotcha.
It's not confirmed, so I wouldn't necessarily say his name just in case, but
Gotcha.
yeah.
But it's rumored out there.
But it's rumored that one of their cornerbacks will be gone.
Okay. Alrighty. That's all we have for NFL. Let's jump into some NBA news.
something that just hit hot.
Let's go. Take it.
We have Coach Steve Kerr. I don't know.
Golden State Warriors.
Yes, the Golden State Warriors. They give him a record 2-year extension, and he ends up becoming the highest paid coach in the NBA, which is pretty spicy.
Crazy. Congrats to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he has won multiple championships with Golden State. He also played with Michael Jordan in the '90s when they won all those championships.
Really?
Yep. He also won a champion with the Spurs.
Monster.
Yeah,
Crazy.
dude has a lot of championships. So
Crazy.
congratulations to him.
Actually,
go
Bears legend McMichaels was released from the hospital.
So that was probably today.
Yeah.
Nice. So I made this list last night. So I just
9:57 p.m. So
recently.
ET. So literally like an hour and 20 minutes ago.
Okay.
Wow.
So good news.
Or no, just 20 minutes ago.
Okay. So good news for Bears and WCW legend. Great. McMichaels, we're glad that he's home. Hopefully he'll be out of the hospital for a while.
Yeah.
Also, we had some weird news this week. With people really talking about that what NBA players have been doing about resting for what's it called? I don't even remember. But to keep weight light on them so they're fresh in the playoffs.
Leave
Jesus Christ.
Leave me alone.
Sorry, we're not going into that. Fuck. How many win over that, dude?
You should see how many. I'm just going to show you this on my. I have 31 tabs.
I have a lot of tabs on Safari, but what you just showed us there would drive me crazy.
I just closed like 25 applications on my phone, and I currently have 31 tabs open on Safari.
Well, sorry about
I'm
that.
not sorry.
Sorry about that. Let's get back to the
Oh
news.
yeah. Look how many emails I have.
I have more.
You have more.
Anyways,
There's
back
not-
to the sports. Jesus. Load management. That's what I was talking about. About NBA players taking time off for load management. This was received a little off as James took a few days ago a day to rest his ankle against the Warriors, with playoff implications coming soon. So when they're like on the brink of getting into the playoffs, why this is, I don't know, man. I don't want to say the new NBA players are
Weaker,
softer.
soft.
Yeah,
That's this generation.
I think that's with a lot of sports though.
yes, I agree with that. The problem is, look at what Jordan did. I mean, I think you guys are too young for that. I might be a little, like, I barely remember stuff of that. But is he played? I mean, you guys should know, especially here in Utah. He played through the fucking flu and beat the fuck out of you guys in the championships. So now they feel a little tired. They take the day off.
Mm-hmm.
No, come on, man.
I'm a little sicky.
Also, look at the NHL. We talked about this after the Stanley Cup.
Oh yeah.
These guys are one of the Florida players could not get up on his skates. His team literally had to pick him up and push him onto the ice.
That's just hockey and rugby. That's just the mentality.
Yeah, and
Forever. It's always been like that. It's if you're soft, you're not playing.
yeah, I mean, what's
As I was saying to you, you look at the injury report for NHL, you're looking at a 1,000-word document of just who's injured, what team they're on, and what their injury is.
I wouldn't say I agree with the teams on letting players do this, but I have one theory of why is because players now are paid a lot of money, and teams, they don't want to lose their value on these players.
I would 100%
Because-
use the word investment on this.
Yeah, investment on their players. If they seem a little hurt, they don't want them to go and push themselves and get really hurt, because then now that investment is now thrown out of the window.
Yeah.
Like with Buffalo Bills, Von Miller, when we signed him, very first year he gets hurt at the end of the year, and we paid him a lot of money. I don't know the exact amount, but we paid him a lot. And this year, he was healthy to play like a lot of games, but he just wouldn't go out and play for some reason, or he just didn't play very well.
Imagine how the Jets feel.
And so it's just like
yeah,
that giant investment, but with Aaron Rodgers, he tore his Achilles.
Yeah.
He-
But imagine how the Jets feel.
Yeah.
Also with Von Miller, he was going through some legal problems this year, so that's why he did it.
That is all false.
Okay.
That came out as
It's false.
that's not all what really happened. People and authorities blew it out of the water. So that's all been confirmed and whatnot by him and his girlfriend. So they're saying people just took it way too far.
Gotcha.
It's not really what happened. We won't get into that either. But but I just think that's the main reason why a lot, especially in the NBA, people taking days off. Well, I've only really seen in the NBA people taking days off.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
That's what comes to it. Is like you're probably one of the biggest stars, if not the biggest stars of the league. People want to see you. People pay to see you.
Yeah, it's like when the Lakers came to Utah this year. LeBron just sat out.
Mm-hmm.
Just
I would go and
Sure.
see a Lakers
Why not?
game just to see what all the
So-
big major hype is about LeBron, because I don't watch a lot of basketball.
see.
And LeBron is the only name you hear in the NBA echo chamber most of the time.
Yeah, see, I really liked LeBron. I was a big fan of him when he was on the Cavaliers. And so, like, I remember going to a Jazz game when the Cavaliers came because my dad, he knew I liked LeBron because he was really good then, and he wasn't a big baby like he is now.
Yeah, I heard
And so-
LeBron during the Cavaliers days was freaking mint.
Yeah, and so I was really excited to go see him, and now I don't want to hear anything about him. And this kind of just more proves it. It's just like, oh, it's Utah. I'm just gonna sit out and whatnot. I just think
It's nobody's gonna be cheering for me here.
it's like
Got to do it all for the clout.
you're the captain of the Lakers. You're like a big star when it comes to Team USA and whatnot and other teams. Like you're pretty much the face of the NBA, pretty much.
Yeah.
If someone were to say what's one player from the NBA like, and the person doesn't watch the NBA or knows nothing about it, you say, what's one guy that plays basketball? They're gonna say LeBron James.
Currently plays basketball. I
Yeah.
got to clarify that.
Currently, yes.
Okay.
Currently.
Because there's the other ones.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you say currently, they might say like Steph Curry or LeBron James,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But like, if you're the face of a sport like that, you should be playing, not just sitting out. Because then, what are you showing other young people that want to get into the sport? You're like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just play hard, so when I get big, I can just sit out
Yeah,
when I
come
want
on.
to.
The amount of money they're getting paid to play, and what people are paying to watch them, go fucking play.
See,
it's just a little embarrassing.
The one thing that I can compare it to, but not agree to how LeBron James is treating it and some other NBA stars, with Messi. Messi, he is very attuned with his body. Like, he knows, like, if something's not working right, or it's
My pinky-toed toenail is
like-
growing too fast.
like something with his calf, or really anything. If he knows something is like, if I play next game, I'm gonna get hurt, he'll sit out, mainly because, well, he wants to play. Like, he plays every game as a starter for the full 90 minutes every game. He's definitely earned respect from everyone. So, like, if he gets hurt, no one wants to sit out just because he doesn't want to get hurt, because he knows he's an investment to the team.
Yeah.
He's not sitting out because he wants to. He's sitting out so he can rest and then go and put his 100% into the next game
Exactly.
every time. That's more respectable than LeBron James or any player from any sport just sitting out because they want to.
Yeah.
So,
What they're doing is ridiculous. That's all I'm saying. Is I
Yeah.
get if you're like hurt, or like you're in the playoffs and nothing, or about to hit the playoffs and nothing's gonna change the fact that you're gonna change the position or something. Cool, I get that. But this is the middle of season. If you're trying to get to the playoffs and you're load managing an important game,
Yep.
Nah, that to me is not good. Anywho, enough of us ranting about this shit.
next.
Yeah, let's
set
move
of
on.
news.
We got quite a bit of NHL news, so we're going to jump into that. First of all, unfortunately, Las Vegas captain, or one of their captain, Stone, has been sidelined with an upper body injury, and he's going to be out for an extended period of time. What I heard is a couple months, so this might,
Wow.
if they don't make the playoffs, which right now they're in a good spot to do. I think they're in third place. It might be the end of his season. Who knows?
Yeah.
Wow.
Unfortunately. Also, Capitals' Nye Dowd left the Devils game with another upper body injury. People getting hurt left and right. It is hockey. We did talk about this. But
Yeah.
this is a legit reason. We're not going to go back into it. This is a legit injury, so we understand. T's and P's to both of them. They're Capitals, Nye Dodd and Stoner, as they call them.
Yeah.
Now, we had an amazing night a few nights ago with both St. Louis and Pittsburgh having fast goals here. St. Louis scored 3 goals in 32 seconds to jump ahead big time on the Islanders, and Pittsburgh scored 2 goals in 21 seconds.
Mhm.
Wow.
It is.
That's
ridiculous.
crazy.
I mean, I've seen some scoreboards that don't even get that high.
Especially with hockey, it's like you have a tiny goal with a big person blocking it. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's really hard to set up that fast in
Mhm.
21 seconds, 2 goals, or 32 seconds and jump ahead against the Islanders. And like that's not an easy task to do.
No.
Like, it's so definitely major props to them, and
Yeah.
they should really bring that to the next games.
Yeah.
And then like start off and score 3 in like a minute.
It's hard. It's momentum. It's hard to keep that going.
It definitely is, especially in hockey. It's just all physical and whatnot.
and speed.
So,
But with that, speaking of goals, all year this year there has been some crazy ass goals. Blackhawks players, Oilers rookie also, and LA just had a crazy goal this week.
Oh yeah.
It really came from the goal, their side, and he went through defenders, turned around, was falling, tripped, came back around, kicked it to himself, and shot it. It was crazy.
Gee.
Wow.
I think at the end of the year we're gonna do a reaction of the craziest goals of the year because there's
That'd be awesome.
yeah, there were some good ones this
Yeah.
year for sure. Um, Jumping into now Major League Baseball here. With the first game just started for spring training. I know it doesn't matter, it's spring training. The Dodgers got off to a big hot start, 14-1 win over San Diego.
Wow.
And right now they're winning 4-1 against San Diego. So,
Wow. That's crazy.
oh no,
Also, they're actively playing, or
they won. It's over 4-1.
nice.
So they're starting off good. A lot of people are calling them the new Yankees pretty much as they've been spending a crazy amount of money for players.
I know that there's a big backing and a big fan base for the Dodgers.
Even here in Utah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's huge.
Mhm.
LA
The next
Dodgers
best
are
up-
Huge.
Yeah, the next best up team that I can think of is the A's. The Angels are.
Oh, here?
Yeah.
Well.
That's like the two biggest names that I know here in Utah, and it's either I see one or the other.
Yeah.
But yeah, the funny thing is they've been releasing their own team.
Yeah.
Has been releasing footage of them being the bad guys. They're loving this,
Oh yeah.
and me loving bad guys. Bring it.
Yeah. And also Arizona Diamondbacks, they played today as well for their spring training as
Oh,
well.
how'd they do?
I don't know. All I know is one of our friends, he's a big Diamondback fan, and he posted on the Snapchat
they
story
lost.
of them.
They lost to
playing.
the Rockies 3-0. So sorry, guy. Cubs.
Not really into it's baseball, but
Yeah, it's just baseball.
it's technically just preseason, so
Yeah.
we'll see. I don't know how baseball preseason works, like because they don't really have starters, do they? I'm not sure.
They do. But
They do?
they're trying to figure out their rotation, how people.
Yeah, so it's just dropping the certain players and when they go to bat. Because you could definitely strategize of like, okay, this person always gets to first base. Oh, this person always gets to second base. Okay, do we want this next person to knock them out and home run it
Yeah.
and get 2 solid points on the board?
Well, with that also, the Cubs were played today against the White Sox, two Chicago teams. Cubs won 8-1, and the Rangers beat the Royals 5-4.
Nice.
So it's looking like baseball is starting to get into the spring training season, starting soon. I think still a few months away, but excited for
Yeah.
that.
I'm not sure when it starts, but all I know it's the news for it starts to really come out when it gets to playoffs.
Yes.
So
The season starts the first one, or yeah.
Oh, first one better.
It is. It's not saying. That's still preseason. So it's not saying.
All right.
March
March
28th. Okay, a month away. A
Okay,
little over a month
cool.
away.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, hopefully the A situation happens where we come over here. We could go to a few games, but that's still left to be said to find out. Other than that, let's move into our new segment here. With the MLS Speak with Clay. It's all yours.
Yeah. So
This is,
I know we haven't done a stream in a couple weeks on Fridays with me talking about soccer, but
It is.
so there was some news before the season opener and everything. It wasn't a lot. It was just more like signings and trades and the draft and whatnot. Not really anything to really talk about. Like the MLS draft isn't as big as the NFL draft, so it's like all the MLS draft is just signing a bunch of kids pretty much. So so there's not really much to really talk about there. But there was a really big trade that came from Inter Miami. And that was they traded their player Joseph Martinez. He went from Miami to Montreal. So originally Joseph Martinez, he played for Atlanta United, who then won the MLS Cup back in 2018, and he actually won MVP of the league as well. He's a really good player. I wouldn't say he did very well last year before Messi came and Busquets. Busquets. Sorry. But he's now traded to Montreal for at least a 1-year contract. And And then other news was just today, Inter Miami just signed a 21-year-old Argentinian. He played for the U23 Argentina Juniors. He was a midfielder. His name is, I'm gonna butcher his name. But his name
Let me get a hit at this.
Federico Redondo. He's a very young kid. He's also from Argentina, like Messi.
Yeah, I'd say you did that pretty well, Federico. Well, if anything, that's the only other way I can see is
I would see
Federico.
Federico, but I think that's more Italian.
Yeah.
It could be Federico.
I don't know languages.
Don't really pronounce.
We need to get that guy to say his names.
But
What-
he
what's the name?
just signed with Inter Miami today.
It's
That's it.
let me just pull it up here.
You can find it. And then other than that, the season opener was this Wednesday.
Right here.
With Real Salt Lake, our team, our home team here in Utah, versus Inter Miami.
All right.
It was a home game for Inter Miami, and the first half, I wouldn't say it's like Miami just really kept possession of the ball. Like it was strong attacks coming from Miami all first half, and RSL played very passive and just very poor passing game, like very, very poor. But second half, RSL came out and just was like being very strong with the ball, passing. There was a point where even the announcers were talking like we had over a 34 passing play without losing possession. It was
That's
very
insane. Soccer's crazy.
good. It's very crazy. But the first
Soccer's crazy.
the first half, Messi got an assist for the first season. For the very first goal, he got an assist, which scored Miami ahead 1-0 in the first half. Sadly, RSL did not score a single goal the whole game, but we had some close shots on it. I wouldn't say a lot, but we had some. Miami had a lot more. Miami did end up winning 2-0 against RSL. But some of the stats of the game. RSL and Miami, we were tied on shots, 16-16.
Nice.
But only 2 of ours were on target, while Miami's was 9. We did have 7 off target. They had 3. 6 of our shots were blocked, and 5 of our shots were blocked. 6 of their shots were blocked. Like I said, the first half, Miami did have a strong possession of the game. And then second half, RSL came out and had a very also strong possession, and the game
Just couldn't execute anything.
Yeah, the game ended with RSL having 48.9% possession, while Miami had 51.1%. RSL had 8 fouls, Inter Miami had 12, but both teams only received 1 yellow, no red. There was one call that definitely should have been a yellow or a red shown to an Inter Miami player, but the refs, everyone was complaining about the ref. He was so one-sided with stuff. Even though Miami did have more fouls called, stat-wise, but it wasn't like they didn't really give us any good opportunities with these fouls that should have happened. Like with our new captain Chicho Arengo, there was a couple times he was intentionally fouled outside the 18-yard box. The 18-yard box is the big box around, and then you have the small box. And he was intentionally fouled 2 times outside the 18-yard box. No call at all.
All right, so pretty biased.
And then anytime that happened to Messi, it was called.
Everything was okay.
Everything was fine. But there was one play when Messi did get a free kick outside the 18-yard box in the first half. The announcers and some people were thinking like, what is RSL doing? Because our keeper had 2 players, 2 of our one defender, and I think 1 of our midfielders, I guess the taller players. They had them stand in the corner of the net, like in the corner. Because with Messi, how he does his free kicks is he'll bend it in the top corner,
Gotcha.
top bins, that's what they call it, Jacks. Which is extremely hard save to do by the keeper, is if you don't have long arms. And it's like a full stretch. Like when the keeper has to jump, it's a full stretch.
Yeah. The
And-
ones where you see them.
Yeah, it's extremely hard to save, and so it was very smart of RSL putting 2 people in those things, because Messi was going right for it, and all our defender did was jump, and it bounced off his head and saved. It was great.
Scott Sterling moment.
Yeah, seriously. The announcers were like, "What are they doing?" And then everyone's like, "Oh, that's smart." It's like, why are you judging? But anyway, yeah, it was I would say the first half was pretty boring. Second half was more entertaining. I think it was a very good game in the second half.
All right.
My prediction that game was 1-1 tie, which I believe we could have done, but it just wasn't executed very well.
I don't remember what my
but-
prediction was.
You didn't give a prediction. Tom said 3-1.
No, I said 2-1 Miami.
Yeah. But Tom was right about Miami scoring 2, just not RSL scoring. But that was the game. We do have another game tomorrow. Inter Miami and RSL both play again tomorrow. Inter Miami plays against where are they? Inter Miami plays against LA Galaxy tomorrow, and RSL will be facing St. Louis tomorrow.
Nice.
Every team will be playing tomorrow. We will not be going over every team.
No, we will not.
Just because normally how the MLS goes, there'll be games played on Friday and Saturday, and I believe some games are on Sunday as well. So we'll be able to make easier score predictions for each day. But since this is the start of the season, it's just all at once tomorrow.
Yeah.
There are some
You want
games
to try
that we're
this
playing
name real quick?
earlier.
Yeah. Federico Redondo.
Yeah.
Yes.
You typed it wrong, you
I
dyslexic.
didn't type it wrong.
You did Chio.
No,
Then I read wrong. I'm dyslexic.
you did something. But other than that, we'll be giving some predictions, all 3 of us, for some of the games that I would say are they're either the top teams from last season and some teams to kind of watch, because I think they'll be fun games to watch. I will start off with my prediction, then I will go to Jack, and then I will go to
Perfect.
to Lobo over there. And so the first game, we have Columbus versus Atlanta. Columbus, they were the MLS champions of last season. So, and they also ranked first. They ranked third in the Eastern Conference last season, but they won the champion last season. I feel like because Atlanta, they scored 6th on the leaderboard last season. I feel like it's going to be 2-1 Columbus. I do feel like it might be a slower game, but I think that'll be a fun game to watch for Columbus fans. Jax, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I'll go alongside of the Columbus taking it, as they were pretty high ranking. I wouldn't mind definitely seeing, like, and this is my first year into MLS proper. I would definitely like to see standings change a lot. Always having the people who are at the top always at the top kind of gets boring and repetitive.
Yep.
So having the ability for, like, Atlanta in this case to come up, that would be pretty nice. As Columbus was twice their standing, I still have Columbus on this, even though I don't know how much it means. And for point spread, I'll go. You're thinking it's going to be slow. I'll go 1-0 on it.
1-0, 1-0 Columbus.
1-0 Columbus.
And what do you think, Lobo?
So we have Columbus, who did very well last year, and you said they're playing
Atlanta.
Atlanta. Is it at Atlanta or Columbus?
I believe it is at Columbus.
I have Columbus winning 2-0.
Sure. 2-0.
2-0. I think this is it Columbus, but yeah. So this is known specifically when international Mexico and U.S. play. When Mexico comes into play in the U.S., specifically Columbus, it's 2-1 for a lot of that time that they do. So I think Columbus will beat Atlanta 2-0, and they will continue their big push like they did last year.
Yeah. All right. On to the next game.
Mm-hmm.
So we have LAFC versus Seattle. LAFC, they were the team that went to the MLS Cup championship last season.
Didn't they win it?
They did not win. Columbus won.
They won the year before.
Yes. LAFC did rank third in the Western Conference last season, and they're facing the second seed, Seattle, also Western Conference. I have it as a 2-2 tie, because Seattle is a very good team. They've always been a very good team. And LAFC, ever since they have entered the MLS, they have always been good. But like how you said, they've always been on the top, which a lot of teams hate them. So
Be nice to see some movement.
And but again, I do think LAFC and Seattle will tie 2-2.
I feel like if I pick anybody other than LAFC winning this, then Lobo will royally punch me in the face, and I will have an imprint of one of these skull rings. One of these skull rings. Where's your camera at? Where's your camera? Well, I don't know where your camera is. Right there. I got it. Yeah, you can't see it so well, but that one. No, in all reality, I will take LAFC on this. 2-1. I don't know much going into it, but if Lobo has hyped up LAFC enough, then might as well keep going.
I've also kind of hyped them up as well. But I already know who you're going for, Lobo.
How good was Seattle last year?
They ranked third, and Seattle ranked second.
And it will be
same conference.
I think
it will be at LA.
It's gonna be a 3-2 game, LAFC.
3-2.
I think it's gonna be a close game.
High scoring game.
That's sad to say that that's a high scoring game.
Well, in soccer, it's
100%.
If you score 3 goals, that's pretty high. Like with RSL, if we have partnered with I think it's Wendy's.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be Great Clips, where we scored 3 goals, no matter if it was a win or a loss, whatever. We scored 3 goals, you get a free haircut. Now I believe you just get a free burger from Wendy's. I mean, but
free burger, the free burger.
But yeah, so 3 goals is definitely a high scoring game in soccer.
Yeah.
If you can score more than that, that is very impressive.
The only thing I'm seeing is the total scores right now of the best. Do you know off the top of your head the highest scoring MLS soccer game?
I think it was 12-0 or 12-2.
Okay, because I know that the highest, at least reading right here, is Chris Wondolowski.
Chris Wondolowski, yeah.
Yeah, 174 in 1 year. If I'm reading.
That's how many. Well, that's his whole career.
Oh, okay, whole career. Gotcha.
Put for 1 game.
He was a very, very good player. Extremely dangerous on the pitch. Yeah, he played. If I remember, if I remember, what?
I think he played for Atlanta, right?
No. No. He played for an Eastern Conference team. I believe Wondolowski played for. I want to say Columbus.
A record-setting night in Major League Soccer with the most goals scored in 1 day, 57 goals. But that's just most scores in 1 day. Yeah. Okay, never mind. It's very hard to find that right now.
Okay. But yeah, very, very dangerous. So on to the next match. We have RSL versus St. Louis. It will be played at St. Louis because it's another away game. I have it. St. Louis, they ranked first on the Western Conference. They are a new team. Last season was their first season. Very first game we played against them, they beat us 4-0. The very next game we played against them, we beat them 3-1. So even though they're a very good team, and we were also kind of struggling at the start of the season when we faced them, but we did come back and play them. I do feel like with Inter Miami, we played very well against them, especially with Messi, Busquets, Jordi Alba, and Luis Suarez, which is our 4 players that played together in Barcelona. Very funny news though that I saw today on that. Last time all four of them played again together in FC Barcelona, they lost 2-8 against Bayern Munich. So I thought that was really funny, but I do think we played very well against Miami in the second half. I do think it was that very good. So I feel like we will tie 1-1 against St. Louis. By the way, we ranked 5th in the Western Conference last season, and St. Louis ranked 1st. What are your predictions, Jax?
You spit out a lot of numbers. But you were saying that their first match against them was 4-0 Atlanta.
St. Louis.
St. Louis, my
But
bad.
we then beat them 3-1 the very next match.
All right, and then that was only their second game together?
Yeah, we've only faced them twice.
Okay, so this will be the matchup to see who is kind of like better.
We should be facing them twice each year because they
Okay.
are Western Conference.
But this is like kind of to see who is better by wins ahead. Like one more win over the other person. And this will be in St. Louis. Was the game that St. Louis lost to RSL in Utah?
No.
Okay. That makes it interesting.
Yeah, they beat us here and we beat them there.
All right.
So
So if tradition is standing with anything, then I will have 3-0 RSL.
holy shit! All right, that's very bold. For RSL,
RSL. I will take.
that is
Yeah.
a very bold prediction.
Yeah.
All right. So we got St. Louis and Salt Lake. I got St. Louis winning 2-1 over Salt Lake.
All right. Well, awesome. Well, we got all 3 different predictions here for that match.
Yep.
I would say that we were all pretty much united on Columbus winning against Atlanta.
Yep.
I feel like it's gonna be a tie with LA game. You guys feel like LA is gonna win. Of course, you do.
Yeah, but
Um,
he's
I'm
out
afraid.
of feud.
I'm afraid.
See me, I'm more. I try to be unbiased with my team because I know how shitty we play. So,
Y'all could suck it. I'll be biased always.
so I will always be biased with RSL, but I am trying to be more realistic with my team.
Wait, who made it to the finals last year? Thank you.
All right. Who won last? Who won last year?
Columbus.
Not your team.
Yeah. Well, guess what? I think we'll do fine this year.
Well, I guess we'll see. But,
Yeah. Still to be determined.
But this one is the first one where all 3 of us have 3 different predictions.
Mhm.
All right, on to the next game. I think there's going to be pretty unanimous on who we're going to be choosing.
Let's
So we
find out.
have Cincinnati versus Toronto. They're both Eastern Conference. Cincinnati was first on the seed of the Eastern, and Toronto is bottom 15.
Ah.
So I have,
As a little bit of a news outlet, it will be in Cincinnati.
yeah.
Probably
And,
the stadium will be empty.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Cincinnati, they don't have a lot of sports, so it's Cincinnati. It's usually pretty packed there.
All right.
With their orange jerseys. I have it being 3-1 Cincinnati. Cincinnati are, when they first came to the league, they were not very good, and out of nowhere they started to play very good, and like last year, first seed. So I have a 3-1 Cincy. Jax, what do you think?
And you said Cincinnati and Toronto was where at on the?
So Cincinnati got first seed, like they were top of their ranking, and Toronto was the bottom.
Yeah. No. Probably not a lot of Toronto jerseys out there. I got the numbers mixed up thinking that it was Cincinnati in the bottom, and that's why I said what I said. Yeah, I mean, unless there's this massive turnaround, like what I was saying earlier on, I'll take Cincinnati on this. You don't go from 0 to hero necessarily, unless you're like how I'm thinking the Panthers will be in NFL. No, I'm kidding.
You're out of your mind.
You're out of your mind.
Yeah,
for that.
I'm a little crazy for saying.
Wait, hold on.
It's
You can't say that.
mostly the two.
Mostly a joke, but we can't say that Cincinnati did it a few years ago, and now Texans did it last year to
Mhm.
this year.
Yeah.
So
So we'll see,
improbable.
but
It's
highly
very
improbable.
improbable of that
Um,
happening.
But
I
yeah,
have
I'll
cousins
take.
that are Panthers fans.
Oh, you just want to see them suffer.
But my cousin, he has a very reason why he's a Panther fan because he's from there. So-
All right. For my score, though, I will take Cincinnati 2-1. I'm hoping that Toronto shows some lifeblood in them.
All right, so for me, I know Toronto a few years ago were actually decent.
Mhm.
They've had a few rough years, it looks like it. And Cincinnati has the flip side. They were bad and now they're good. I think this year's going to start off with a tie for them. It's going to be a 1-1 game.
I almost went tie.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a tie, but I'm just hoping for Toronto to make a big step forward.
Mhm.
But if not, it might be a fucking blowout for Cincinnati. They might blow the fuck out.
Yeah. And then now another big game just because Messi. So we have LA Galaxy versus Inter Miami. That should be in Miami just because
Oh, yeah, I haven't been checking.
because
Whoops.
LA Galaxy well, I'm pretty sure they
Stadium?
share
Yeah, okay, LA.
It's in LA?
Carson, Los Angeles,
Yep.
Oh, so
California.
it is in LA. All right.
Yeah.
So we got 2 games in LA tomorrow. It's crazy. So LA Galaxy, they ranked 13th on the
West.
Western Conference
Mhm.
versus Miami that ranked 14th last season. That was mainly because Messi wasn't part of the team until the end of the season.
They still
Mm.
suck.
But one of the main reasons why I was also rooting RSL Miami tie for the opener is because, yeah, Messi's a great player and whatnot. He brought a bunch of good players with him, and Miami signed a bunch of good players for Miami last season. But they weren't doing very good in the regular season. They won a bunch in other tournaments,
Mm.
but when it came to the regular season, they did not do very well. But I do have Miami winning 2-1 against LA Galaxy.
Just because Messi, I'll take 2-0 Miami.
Lobo.
So, I want to go really biased on this and pick Galaxy.
Go for what you want. Messi's just a player.
Messi's just a player.
We almost tied with him on Wednesday.
Almost. Careful, I see the smoke.
No, it's just I don't think Galaxy has the firepower to keep up or the defense to keep up with Messi.
I
So
just don't think they're very good anymore.
Yeah.
So that's why I rooted for Miami.
I think
If
they'll
LA
go-
Galaxy would have played very well like how they normally are, I would have probably gone LA Galaxy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
Um,
think Galaxy will fall here. I think it'll be a 2-1 score here.
2-1?
2-1.
Yeah, the Galaxy, I don't know what's gone on with them lately, but yeah, I do feel like this season they're gonna be lower end. Like
Yep.
this season, I believe they were 3rd from the bottom.
So they
So
might be the bottom.
I don't think they're gonna be bottom because there's Colorado. So, anyways, but LA Galaxy, they were 13th out of 14th. So,
Pretty much the fucking bottom.
they're pretty much bottom. That was last season. I do feel like they might get 12th.
Go up at least 1 point.
But I'm not. I guess we'll see this season. But I don't think they will beat Miami. And then another game. I think this will probably be a good game. Mainly just because we have Houston Dynamo versus Sporting Kansas City. Houston Dynamo, they were very good last season, and they've always been pretty well off in the seasons. They ranked 4th last season, and then we have Sporting Kansas City ranking 8th last season. Both Western Conference. I have 2-1 Houston Dynamo.
I wasn't paying attention.
It was Houston Dynamo.
Houston
and...
Dynamo versus Sporting Kansas City. Houston ranking 4th, and Sporting Kansas City ranking 8th. They're both in the Western Conference. I have it 2-1 Houston.
I will take the actual opposite.
2-1 Sporting Kansas City.
Yes.
I could see that happening, but Sporting Kansas City, they're lately, or last season they were.
Dog
It
shit.
was like they're on a weighing scale and they can never balance it out.
Kind of like the
So-
Bills were most of the season.
Not really. That was like
Or part
Win.
of the season.
and I lost and I win.
All right. I will have Houston winning 2-0.
2-0. All
Mhm.
right.
All right.
And then for the final match, I believe might be an all right match.
All right. Who we
Just
got?
because we have Orlando City versus Montreal.
Mm.
Orlando City ranking 2nd in the Eastern Conference last season, and Montreal ranking 10th out of 15 last season. Montreal, like I just said, they just signed Joseph Martinez, who's a very good player.
Yes.
I do feel like he might bring a big impact for Montreal. Do I think that it'll help them get the edge on beating Orlando? Possibly, just because Orlando doesn't have Kaká anymore. He retired a while ago.
The Brazilian or shit.
No, he was a player. I just don't remember I don't remember his first name, but his last name is Kaká. K-A-K-A.
Because there was a Brazilian player back in the day called Kaká.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, he was a very big player in across the pond in La Liga and Premier
okay.
League and Champions and whatnot.
Okay.
But I do have it being 2-0 Orlando City.
All right. The game is played in Orlando. I will take my first tie and go. I'm gonna go 2-2 tie.
Ooh.
All right, and Lobo.
Where'd you say? What's his name signed just recently?
Montreal just signed Joseph Martinez.
Okay, I got Montreal winning 2-0 or 2-1.
2-1 Montreal.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So I would say those will probably either be the more entertaining games, at least standing wise, of where teams are at. Some
All right.
teams, ranking lower, it was just more I put them on there because they're facing better teams.
Gotcha.
Those are probably the more popular teams that people are probably watching for, like Inter Miami versus LA Galaxy. Both ranked lower, but they're both very popular teams.
Yes.
Like with Orlando versus Montreal, I just put that on there because Orlando ranked pretty high, and
Cool.
both teams aren't really talked about a lot. But yeah, I'll probably come back next stream. I'll have on who won those games and
Sounds good.
how well we did
How shit we did.
with our predictions.
Yeah.
I feel like I pretty have realistic expectations with mine.
I don't know what I'm doing.
So,
And I threw a few long shots out there for sure.
yes, you did. Yes, yeah, some of them, yeah, definitely. But that's really all MLS news. Really,
Cool.
there wasn't a lot. Like I said at the start, there's more signings and drafts and trades and whatnot that aren't super talked about.
I'm sure as the season goes by, we'll have more news.
Oh yeah, and be
We'll
able
definitely
to
have
start
more news.
looking at more people, and I'll definitely be able to be like, okay, this team is
Yeah.
definitely playing better.
Yeah.
That team is booty cheek.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. Before we go into pro wrestling, guys, we're gonna take a little break. It's almost an hour here, so we're gonna take about a 5-minute break, and we'll be right back. Okay.
All right. See y'all.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Joker's Wildside Corner. I am Lobo for those who just coming in.
I'm still Jax.
I'm still Clay.
Still, these guys with their first names.
Hey, I would say my gamer tag online, but I don't think the full name of BMT is completely
No.
safe online.
No.
I mean, it's mostly
I think it's safe.
fine. I mean, yeah, but do I want to identify as BMT?
I don't know if you would want to.
No.
I'm fine with saying my gamer tag and then identifying with that one.
No, we do not want his gamer tag.
Like
out
your
there.
gamer tag,
I don't
I
know
would-
if I want that out necessarily in the
I would-
public.
not in this public.
Yeah.
No.
Anywho,
If you want to find that out, check me out on TubeStar98 Gaming. That is not my gamer tag, but that's what my old
But that
channel
is his name.
Yes, but that is my name. BMT
Anyhow.
stands for something.
jumping into pro wrestling here.
Yes.
That
That would be my pro wrestling name, by the way.
Jesus. You're some borderline weird gimmick, dude. Definitely. But
You don't know the half of it.
Yeah, I know. But before we get into what we have on the board, this week, two former wrestlers from WWE made their debut in New Japan Pro Wrestling and became champions in New Japan Pro Wrestling, as Nick Nemeth, formerly known as Dolph Ziggler, beat David Finlay to become the second IWGP Global Heavyweight Champion. And then Matt Riddle beat Hiroshi Tanahashi to be the New Japan World TV title. So congratulations to them both as they leave the Mecca, the Big Daddy WWE, and still make a name for themselves, winning other titles in Japan nonetheless.
Heck yeah.
So happy for that. I'm happy for both of them. They're both very good performers. So I'm happy to see that and see where they go forward now. With other news, unfortunately, Shotzi is back on the shelf again, as she tore her ACL and is out for about 9 months.
She was rumored to be at the wrestling match that we had here on February 16th.
You're talking about for SmackDown?
Yeah,
16th.
for
Yeah.
SmackDown.
February 16th.
Yeah.
She was supposed to be there, but apparently she was out on legitimate injury. And it seems like this is what that injury was.
Yeah, and she had just got back a few months ago too. So it's there's a little copycat. I don't know if you want to call it that, but it's like symbiosis between a few NXT stars and her, with them getting injured. They come back and they almost immediately get injured again.
Mm-hmm. On our last Friday stream, or whenever it was that we announced
Monday.
Shotzi being out,
Monday.
we talked about how people keep getting injured and it sucks.
Yeah, I mean, either the workload or the training is being extremely hard on them. But either way, we wish them the best of luck. You know, hopefully they get recovered quickly and get back to doing what they love and what we love them doing, pro wrestling. So, P's and C's to them. Now into some good news. Ooh, excuse me. Ooh,
That
sorry.
was spicy.
Yeah, excuse me. Elijah, formerly known as WWE star Elias, made his first appearance after leaving WWE in a losing effort against, I forget his name, I had it here earlier, but he lost to a TNA star right now.
That did not help my glasses.
So you were seeing blurry as hell.
Yeah, so I was seeing blurry, and now I am seeing lines.
But anyway, it looked like he's going back to his Elias character, just out of WWE. So, I hope he comes out here in Utah here soon. I want to go see him, as he's always a very charismatic character.
Nice.
Also this week, as Austin Theory went to, I think, Australia, or the UK, I don't know which one. He got in a little tiff with the reporter who mentioned pro wrestling is fake, and he went off. So
It would make sense if he was even tied with the Elimination Chamber, that it was in Australia, as the Elimination Chamber is in Sydney, if I believe correctly.
yes. Oh, so it was Australia. He is in Australia. So, but I mean, guys, you guys are you have social media, you have footage of old time wrestlers when reporters talk shit about what they love. Pro wrestling, there's some that have broken necks, dude. Put it this way, they do not take that lightly.
Injuries still occur in wrestling.
Well, yes, but I'm saying to the reporters.
Ah,
They talk shit like there was someone that smacked the fuck out of his face, like not soft or,
Yeah,
or
backhand.
regular slap, like
Yeah.
palmed him, slapped
Yeah.
him, and knocked him out.
I've been chopped by Lobo. I know that there are things that hurt.
I went easy, bro. Come on.
I know you went easy, but I still had heart palpitations for 2 weeks.
So fake is the wrong word to use. Other wrestlers were talking about this. Is we are not a combat sport. Yes, we are not, but we're still live stunt work with. You call acrobats fake? No, that's what some of these people are doing.
Legitimate skills.
Yes.
I'd
So-
like to see anybody else go into the middle of a ring
Mhm.
and be able to time a jump over a person running at you at
Full blast.
Mach speed, dude.
Yeah. So put it this way: if any of you have any doubts on what it is, look up any documentaries on how people got into wrestling, specifically Hulk Hogan, what they did to him the first day he was there.
Mhm.
They broke his leg, his first day in training.
Hmm.
Look at the new Netflix Ric Flair documentary. It tells you when you get in there, when you're running the ropes, you're taking your body blisters and tears because of the running the ropes and stuff.
Mhm.
This shit ain't fake.
I'm pretty sure even within the Iron Claw movie, there's probably going to be a lot
yeah.
of explicatives. So if you guys have seen that movie, it's probably not exaggerating what
Mhm.
type of injuries you can get from wrestling here.
Yeah. So if you have any doubt, look at any real documentary and they'll show you what they put themselves, what we put ourselves through to be in the ring and entertain you guys. Uh, unfortunately, it's frowned upon or looked down upon because of the not real stigma. It's not a fight. Yes, it's not a fight, but like we said, it is live stage stunt work. And yes, we are trained, but shit still happens and it still hurts.
Mhm.
So, unfortunately, I'm surprised the reporter didn't get slapped. To be honest
Yeah.
with you. But with that said, let's move on to what happened on Monday Night Raw. This was a crazy Raw, man. First of all, I thought the Bloodline was only on SmackDown. Boy, were we wrong. The show starts off with Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre going at it. Right as Cody Rhodes is about to finish off Drew with I can't remember, the Crossroads. There we go, the Crossroads.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that would definitely be Cody Rhodes' like finisher move.
Exactly. Guess who comes in? The fucking Bloodline. First, Jimmy comes in. He's no issue for them, and then Solo Sikoa does what he did also at WrestleMania. Grabs Cody from behind, spikes him in the throat, and then Cody comes and finishes him off.
Mm.
I mean, Drew.
Yeah.
Comes and finishes him off and gets a big win there.
Bloodline are sticking their fingers in pies, man.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's terrible here, but you know it's gonna be good news going forward for the WrestleMania match here
Oh yeah.
that we have.
Definitely adding to my predictions. That is for dang sure.
Me too. Me too. Right after that, we had the Last Chance Battle Royal, which was for the last participant in the Women's Elimination Chamber for the number one contender for the Women's World Title. Don't remember everybody that was involved. All I know is Raquel came back, and Raquel won. So what can I say? But I'm happy she won.
Oh, I know that you're excited about Raquel. What is that? The chick that was being pushed all over social media?
About her illness.
No, just coming, like winning it and all that. You were
Yes.
showing me. Okay.
Yes, yeah, she was pushed for that.
Yeah, they were pushing a lot of her on social.
Yeah. But she's back. She had some health scares, so we're glad she's okay. We're glad she got through it. I'm happy she's in it. But yeah, congratulations to her. After that, we had a trios, a 6-man match with Judgment Day. Oh no, it was a 8-man tag. Judgment Day
jeez.
versus
Wow.
yeah. So it was Judgment Day's Damian Priest, Finn Balor, JD McDonough, and Dom. So that's 4 versus DIY. Johnny Gargano is one of them, and the other one is Tommaso Ciampa versus The Miz and R-Truth. So 4-on-4.
Oh man, that
Yeah.
must have been a fun match.
Yes, it was. Judgment Day unfortunately came up on top. Freaking Dirty Dom again. But also in this, R-Truth got officially kicked out of Judgment Day, even though he was never really a part of Judgment Day. Even though he had some funny ass skits with them.
Oh man, yeah, R-Truth being the kind of marketing man for
Yeah,
Judgment Day has been pretty funny.
slanging T-shirts in the parking lot and giving Judgment Day cuts. I loved it. It was great stuff.
I can only imagine how R-Truth is going to react now that he's out of Judgment Day. And I'm almost tempted that he's still going to like interfere in their business and still show up and be
I'm
like,
sure.
I'm not gone. You guys can't tell me when I'm gone out of Judgment Day. I can see R-Truth pulling that.
That, or he's gonna pull the complete opposite. Still get involved, but this is going into predictions. We might want to save that.
Yeah.
After that, we had Chad Gable versus Ivar from Viking Raiders. Chad Gable made this crazy German suplex on the big boy Ivar.
Oh, he's a big boy.
Yeah.
Let me pull him up for you.
Yeah, but it was a okay match. I think they've had this similar match here a few times in the last few months. The only problem I have, that's a big old boy.
He a big
Wow.
boy.
He's big.
Yep,
Yeah.
big old boy. The only thing is, I don't see where this is going for Chad Gable.
304 pounds, dude.
Yeah, that's around.
Wow.
I wouldn't even necessarily say, and this is getting a little bit into predictions again. I don't necessarily know that like Ivar was necessarily like a challenge or a rope that Chad needed to jump or beat. Ivar's kind of just been down in that little bottom rung, so I wouldn't even go as far as saying that this is
I
a
agree.
push for Chad Gable.
I agree, but they've been looking to push him, and I don't see how this is going to help. Besides,
Unless he
somebody
shows
else.
that he can pick up a 304-pound man and
I mean,
suplex
he did.
him.
He did German suplex the hell out of him.
Yeah.
Um,
So maybe just raw strength.
yeah, the thing is, I don't know where this is going for him. Maybe we just have to wait and see and be patient for that
Mhm.
one. Maybe they're doing a long game for him for sure.
Yeah. If anything, I can see SummerSlam having a lot more on Chad, but
Okay.
that's predictions.
Yeah, and then finally, the IC title was on the line as Gunther, the champion, went up against Jay Uso, and guess who got involved again?
Jimmy,
That-
I called it, man.
Yes,
That's all
you
I
did.
gotta say.
Jimmy's the one that rang the bell before the match ended.
Yeah,
right?
so you did saw it. You see
Yeah,
it.
WWE posted on their
Yeah.
TikTok about it, and
Hmm.
I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but
Like,
he messed with the match, cost Jay the match and the title. So Gunther retains. This is setting up for WrestleMania as we talked about it, as we talked a lot in predictions. The thing is, who will take Gunther down? And we already talked about this a lot.
Uh-huh.
We're excited for the possibilities here. But
All we can do is wait for tomorrow's Elimination Chamber, February 24th. 24th. I almost said 2024, 2024.
never,
brain
never
broke.
happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. With
And
that,
happy birthday, Mom, tomorrow on that.
oh, happy birthday, Jack's mom.
Don't say it like that.
What was I gonna say?
No, it just sounds a little goofy.
I was gonna say mom, but she's not mine.
No, you can call her Mom.
Okay.
She'll respect that.
Okay.
She will.
Happy birthday, mom.
She will. I know that for sure.
Next, we have NXT that came out from this Tuesday. Not too crazy stuff, but we did have the North American champion Oba Femi go over Levis King, who is getting a lot of push as his persona and his in-ring work is very good, but he's also a second generation superstar. His dad also worked in the Attitude Era with Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Okay.
So he is definitely looking like there's a bright future for him as well. And then after that, my mommy, Mamacita, Roxanne Perez beat Ren Sander. I can't say fuck.
I don't know where you're at to even try it. Oh,
Sindari?
Ren Sindari.
Sindari? Yeah. Well, anyways, Perez won. That's all I gotta say. Her new attitude seems to be.
Sindar. I don't know.
Yeah, her new attitude seems to be pushing forward now, and I'm loving this. After that, Josh Briggs beat Brooks Jensen. I also don't really know who he is. And then the number one contenders for the tag team championships, it was Chase U went over Nathan and Axiom. I think that's what's their name.
Axiom.
Yeah, Axiom. I think he was the masked wrestler there. Chase U is getting pushed as they have a lot of crowd behind them. They act like a frat
Gotcha.
and like straight up Leatherman jackets, stuff like that. It's like straight up frat. So,
Alpha Psi.
yeah, exactly. Chase U. Yeah, really, literally. So they are the number one contenders, and hopefully, I think they're hoping to get the tag team titles back here soon. And now for Wednesday's AEW Dynamite, there was quite a bit of news here. First of all, Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli defeat FTR. Or no, they're going to no contest as there was no result.
Okay.
I think they ended up brawling to the outside, and that was the end of it.
Okay. Yeah.
As both of these teams are also very good brawlers and very physical, which I love. After that, Orange Cassidy defeats Mike Bennett from the stable. Oh my god. Can't remember the name. But anyways, he beats Mike Bennett, but Jake Hager at the end of the match, towards the end of the match, turns babyface. Good
Oh.
guy. Yeah, he was he's been a bad guy pretty much since he came to AEW with Chris Jericho, and it seems now that he's looking to change a little bit. So I'm excited to see what's up with this. After that, we had Tony Storm beat Sydney Winnell.
Yeah.
Somebody. She beat the living crap out of her. I'm not gonna lie, like quickly. And then the black and white showing of her with her makeup running, like her lipstick all over. I love it.
I bet that was a beautiful visual.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pull that up later.
I'll show you right after the show. It
Oh,
was
yeah.
great. And right after that, what looks to be her challenger coming up, Perazo beat Rain.
Yeah.
Rain. I don't know. Is that a
Rain.
E or a C?
That's an E. It looks like
Okay.
to me.
So Rain, also in a pretty similar fashion, looking to build her up like she's a world beater like Tony Storm. So that was pretty cool. And then after that, for the main event, it was a trios match, which is a 6-man match.
Mm-hmm.
We had Swerve Strickland, which I know you're a fan of.
Oh yeah.
Brian Cage, who's the big old Wolverine.
Oh
looking
yeah.
one, and Samoa Joe
Yeah. Oh yeah.
versus wow, that was a
It was
Oh, yeah.
this. Samoa Joe's cool. I don't necessarily know if he's my favorite.
I'm gonna show you some stuff when he was younger. I
Yeah.
think you will like for sure. So it was them versus Hook, who was very good, versus Cowboy Adam Page,
Yep.
and versus RVD.
Sounds like a.
Rob Van Dam.
I was gonna say like a transmitted disease.
His character is very 420 based, so
Okay.
you
Okay.
tell me that. And
Yeah.
he's
I'm
also dating a porn star.
I'm absolutely loving these matches between Swerve Strickland and Adam Page.
Dude.
And also with Hook in it as well. I mean, Hook and Page, they're pretty fancy. Swerve is still probably my number one, but you got my 1, 2, and 3 right there of who's in AEW of my current favorite right now, and everything that sold me was just that Texas Death Match, man.
Dude.
It was something else, and
You haven't seen any of
you
that.
yeah, it is. You think of bloody, gory matches in wrestling.
Yeah.
That is what the Texas Death Match was. Barbed wire, glass,
Barbaric.
everything.
Yes.
Being hung by a chain.
Yes, at the end of the match. There's
Wow.
a few. We're gonna have to do some reactions with you seeing that side of wrestling because it's fucking hardcore. But anyways, Swerve, Brian, and Joe get a win here. It looks like they are building for Swerve, Joe, and Adam Page. As at the end, there was a little mix up there with between them. Like they've been doing pretty much ever since they went with that Texas Death Match. But that's for later show, which I'm super excited for.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we could do a little watch along or a late watch along. It's fine.
Mm.
Moving on for this Saturday, as he had mentioned, February the 24th, tomorrow. Actually, fuck. We have WWE Elimination Chamber in Australia. I said that really wrong, but anyway.
You said it really goofy, but
it's okay. It's okay.
Aussie. Oi, oi,
Oi, oi, oi.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys know that too.
Oh, no, I just know oi, oi, oi.
Because there's two wrestlers that are Aussies, and I saw a WWE thing of them doing that.
Yeah, there's also a few in Japan and AEW that do the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love it.
The only thing I think of is the crabs from Nemo. Oi, oi.
Anywho, the card so far will go here, and we're gonna make predictions here. Did not say that, so we'll go over the card. We'll go one by one.
All right.
For the first match we have, at least on the card, we have the Elimination Chamber for the #1 contender for the Women's World Title. We got Becky Lynch versus Bianca Belair versus Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Raquel Rodriguez. Who do you have winning this match?
I don't see Naomi getting pushed. Raquel was pretty hyped coming into it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Becky or Bianca are definitely going to be like the big names and like the biggest eyes on them.
Mm-hmm.
For the most part, we're going to be dealing with drama between Tiff Stratton and Bianca Belair.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that it's only right for Becky to kind of like start dominating. I really think that it is time for Damage Control to kind of like start dissipating, and Becky winning this to go even to the contender for women's world title.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only right move here.
Becky versus Rhea at WrestleMania. That's what it sounded like.
That's the only thing that I really see. I mean, we even seen it in the Battle Royale where you have
Royal Rumble.
The Royal Rumble, where you just have Rhea Ripley watching in on the screen, and any time that it was like showing Becky really showing off, you have Rhea just glaring at the screen. So I don't see anybody else really going against Becky. Bianca and Tiff Stratton are definitely going to be a big fight. Liv and Naomi and Raquel are just going to they're not necessarily the fillers, but to kind of just add more chaos.
Okay, I get you. How about you? I know you're not too familiar with this. You have just throw out a name.
So before you even talking, I looked at the names. I only know Bianca. That's just because I keep getting an ad. I keep getting an ad of her and her husband and their Netflix show or whatever. And so that's the only reason I know that name. The only name that just by choosing from the names, I would have said Becky. That before you even were saying anything, I was gonna say Becky. I don't know why. Just that's
maybe it's because it's first on the list.
Okay.
I don't know. But
So for me, I think I'm rooting for Raquel or Liv, but I am about 90% sure Becky's gonna win. As you mentioned already, Jax, I think it just makes so much sense the way they've been building it. So I'm rooting for Raquel or Liv, but I think Becky's gonna win here.
Yeah, I'm most excited to see probably Naomi fight. Naomi's coming up there for me as a fighter that I really enjoy. So I'll be watching her the most in the ring, but I also think she's going to have the least amount of ring time. But yeah, my choice is Becky.
Yeah, I have a little prediction of what's going to happen here. Just kind of weird. I think the last three will be Becky, Bianca, and Tiffany.
I agree with that.
Tiffany will be eliminated next, and Tiffany's going to cast Bianca Belair to lose the match.
Yep. Because she's just going to wail on her, and then Becky's just going to go in for an easy win.
Yeah. And then Tiffany and Bianca, that was set up for WrestleMania. So that's just a little prediction here.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Moving on here for the second Elimination Chamber match. For the number one contender for the world heavyweight title, Seth Rollins title, we have Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton versus Bobby Lashley versus LA Knight.
Yeah.
And Kevin Owens versus Kevin Owens versus Logan Paul. Which I know you're choosing Logan Paul, dude. Don't worry.
You really are?
No.
No. I really severely dislike Logan. I definitely kicked over everything that I was expecting to happen in the last stream, in the predictions of what was going to happen during this fight. So if you really want me to do the full breakdown of everything that I think is happening in this fight, go check out the Monday stream. As for a winner, I can't pick a name right now. Go ahead, pick your name.
Okay,
I'm
go for it.
thinking.
So I don't know LA Knight or Bobby, but I know Drew, Randy, Kevin, and Logan.
Mm-hmm.
I like Logan just because I like watching his podcast and whatnot. But I do feel like Logan is probably going to be not the last one to lose, like not the first one to lose, but probably might be the third one to lose.
Well, Logan's a very strong athlete.
Yes, he is. But I have Randy winning this. I like Randy. I want to see him RKO fucking Roman Reigns.
Well, he's going up against Seth Rollins, so
Yeah.
if he wins, so
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I like Randy.
Ooh, you just opened up a
so-
whole nutshell, dude.
But-
Why'd you have to say that? My brain is just burning now with all the potentials of what you just said.
Well, I just saw the TikTok or WWE posting with Randy just telling Roman Reigns.
All right,
After
I gotta
trying-
write this in my
after
long
trying-
range predictions.
After trying to RKO him, saying, "Now you
All
know,
right.
and you're scared, but I'm coming for you." Because the 3 dangerous words is RKO.
So you absolutely just sold me on that. I will also take Randy here.
Because Randy's a beast, man. And so,
So for me, this has been. You still haven't done yours, so I'll do mine before you.
I just said Randy.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
he's agreeing with me.
Yeah, I just
I
took
sold
it.
him.
Yeah, no, because he opened up the whole predictions side
Gotcha.
for me,
Gotcha.
and it only makes sense now. I see the future. No, I mean it still is a toss up between Drew and Randy as my number one, honestly. But go and check out the video on Monday. Like I said, Randy will be my number one pick for certain.
So right here, like the women's one, I know Kevin Owens and Logan Paul are pretty much set up for WrestleMania. I know Bobby Lashley's probably going to set up with Killian Cross and their factions going at it. So I don't think it's going to be them either. I don't know what's going to happen to LA Knight here for WrestleMania, what's going on with him right now. And I don't the same thing for the other two, Randy or Drew.
I'll say LA Knight finishes. He's the second to last, so he's the fourth eliminated.
Yeah.
I say LA Knight's fourth
Okay,
eliminated.
could I give my prediction of how it's gonna go out? Just like
Go ahead,
based
kill it.
off the people names that I know.
Yeah, go.
Kill
And
it.
from what I've seen on TikTok, because
Mhm.
that's where I see my WWE news.
You good? Go for it.
So I don't know Bobby or LA Knight, but I do think that Logan and Kevin Owens are really gonna go at it. All the stuff I've seen with Kevin Owens, I feel like he is like close to losing and then wins type thing from what I've seen. But so I feel like Bobby and LA Knight are gonna be the first two to leave, and then just because I don't know who they are.
Mhm.
But I do feel like Kevin Owens and Logan, they're really gonna go at it together. And Drew
100%.
McIntyre or Randy are gonna go at it together.
100%.
But I do feel like it's Logan's gonna beat Kevin and get him out, and then it's just gonna be those three clashing with Drew, Randy, and Logan. And then I feel like Randy and Drew, they're gonna know that Logan's a threat just because he is an athlete. He is very strong.
Logan Paul
And-
is. I will give this. I don't like Logan Paul, but I 100% respect him as an athlete.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
guy knows how to do a lot of stuff. He
Yes.
is wonderful talent.
Yeah, he's crazy when it comes to athletics and everything that he does there. But I do feel like it's going to end with Drew and Randy going at it, and then Randy coming up top. So that's my prediction how it's going to go.
Gotcha. So now with me. So like I was saying, I don't think Kevin and Logan are willing because I think they're being set up for WrestleMania, like we talked about.
Yep.
Bobby's already set up with those faction situation with him and Killing Cross. So I think there's a little contract situation here with Drew.
Mm-hmm.
There's also a little contract situation here with the world champion Seth Rollins that we talked about as well. So if Drew extends his contract, I think he would win. If
Yeah.
not, I'm picking Randy Orton. So that's a three heads right there.
Yeah,
I
so you
told him-
have the same prediction as what I had for Drew and Randy. So you kind of just, for me,
I sold him.
you sold me
I
on
sold
the
him.
Randy 100%, but that's also very dependent on Drew's contract.
Yeah.
That is the largest thing for me, is where is Drew's contract? Because if they plan to keep him, Drew's win.
Yes, I agree.
If they don't plan to keep him, no. And it's going. I don't know how to word. This is going to be a very big distinguishing match for Drew. I think 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Moving on to the next match, we got the Women's World Champion, Mommy Rhea Ripley, I know you're excited. versus Nia Jax.
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax.
Uh,
Anywho, I'm gonna go right at it. I don't think Mommy is losing that title. She's being set up for WrestleMania here. This is what it is. They've swerved us before, taking the title away from the champion right
Yeah.
before WrestleMania. I don't think Nia should or will do it.
If Nia does take the title, Rhea wins it back fairly quickly. But it doesn't make sense for Rhea to lose the title. She's meant for WrestleMania. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
If Rhea loses it, she wins it back here soon.
Yeah.
That's my predict. Well, not even my prediction, but
A thought.
Just
Yeah,
based
I
off
thought-
what you guys say, I'll probably just say Rhea.
Okay.
So
they're building Nia. Do not get me wrong. They're building her.
Fuck her.
You're mad at Nia being built. I don't necessarily have an opinion about Nia being built.
and I don't know who they are.
Yep. All I worry about is Nia taking it too far, but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah, you know how I get with this one.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on before I throw something at the board.
We're going to need you to get the little dart gun for you.
Yeah.
That's probably not good for Twitch.
Anyway,
Weapons.
next match, actually the last match here for the Elimination Chamber.
That's announced.
That's announced, right? It's the Undisputed Tag Titles, which is Judgment Day as champions. They're gonna go against British Strong Style. I think they changed their name, but they are. Hold on, give me a sec.
What's the one below Undisputed Tag? Is that confirmed also?
But it's not a match. We'll go over.
Okay,
here in a
okay.
bit.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. Okay,
Yeah.
I remember what it is now.
So British Strong Style, which they kind of changed the name a little bit, but it's Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate that we did see him on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very entertaining match.
Oh, yeah, they're good
They're good.
athletes. I enjoyed watching them. I'd like to see them more.
Yeah, but this is for the tag titles. I think I'm going. Unfortunately, Judgment Day will retain, but I do want British Strong Style to have a good showing. Yeah, I just don't see Judgment Day losing yet.
So how I have it is it will definitely be a very close match. I want to agree with you on Judgment takes it. I mean, it's just very weird if Judgment Day loses the championship right now.
I think at least till WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think it's weird if they lose it, but I can definitely see this title changing. And for that, I'm going with British Strong Style right now.
Ooh.
As taking the championship title from Judgment Day.
How about you?
Just going Judgment Day. That's I just seen them on TikTok. That's all I know.
Gotcha.
We can definitely
with
explain the
Dom.
politics to you on it.
Yeah.
So
And why after the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, that's fine. Sweet. So catch that this Saturday tomorrow at Peacock, the WWE Elimination Chamber. We will not be doing a stream for that. Maybe. Oh no, we got the game. We will not be doing a stream for that at all. But hope we will be doing it for WrestleMania when it comes back in April 6th and April 7th.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of WrestleMania, this is the matches announced so far. Is Bayley versus Io for the Women's World Title, and Roman Reigns, champion and reigning, defending WWE Universal Champion. Yes, acknowledge it. Love that you did it. Love that you did it.
I saw a meme on it.
Yeah.
Someone's at a concert and they're like playing the music, and then it says, "You can never forget who your champion is." The guy just standing there like this in the middle of the concert. Everyone's dancing. It's just him standing still. I'll have to show it to you guys after.
Was that a Taylor Swift fucking concert?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, I know which one you're pulling up.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Oh.
that's the Taylor Swift meme joining the Bloodline. That's what
Yeah. During the Super Bowl, she was.
Yeah.
But anyway, that is the WrestleMania card so far. This will be updated Monday, as there'll be a lot of set things for WrestleMania here after the Elimination Chamber. Moving on, we got some entertainment.
No, kicking back to Elimination Chamber for
Go.
Grayson Waller
Oh.
effect.
Yeah, that's right. It's like a little talk show confirmed to happen during the show.
Mm-hmm.
We will have Cody and Seth Rollins both coming out and having some situation, some talking. Don't be surprised if the Bloodline comes out in here.
I'm fully
Yeah.
expecting the Bloodline to come out, but I'm curious more if Cody and Seth's conversation is going to go without them fighting.
I think they'll be fine. I think Seth is still injured.
Yeah.
So
I do see Seth having a casual conversation, especially with everything that happened when The Rock pushed out all the information and the whole slap incident. And
Well, no. After that, Seth Rollins and Cody they were talking about Seth saying that you need help fighting them too.
yeah. So it's
I don't
going
think
to
they're going to be fighting. I think it's just going to be talking, and then maybe we will see a confirmation of them teaming up against Roman versus The Rock.
that would definitely be a fun fight.
Yeah, I do see them fighting Grayson though. I do see because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
He's a fucking
Grayson-
asshole.
Grayson grabs the knife and digs in.
Yeah, he likes to do that.
Mm.
But yeah, that's all we have for wrestling. Before we move into entertainment, you okay there?
Yeah, a little cough.
All right, we're gonna go into our top 6 wrestlers of the week, and we're gonna extend it to last Friday as
I
we
see
did.
stars.
You looked at the light, didn't you?
No, I coughed hard.
Oh, okay.
I'm seeing little stars everywhere.
So we are extending this to SmackDown because we did go on it live. So we're gonna start off with our 6, 5, and 4. I'll go first. So at my 6, I have Austin Theory, specifically for what he did in Australia. Fuck that guy. Nice. At number 5, I have the whole Bloodline, as since the show where Cody got slapped, The Rock joining officially on SmackDown, that was so electrifying with the crowd, and now them getting involved in Raw too. I mean, they're all over the place. They're making moves. I gotta put them at 5. At number 4, I have Orange Cassidy, who just had a big win against Mike Bennett. So that is my 6, 5, and 4. How about you, Jax?
For my 6, 5, and 4, I have Austin Theory with you 100%. And not to sound like a copycat, but Bloodline's been stirring the pot. I really enjoy everything that I've been seeing from the Bloodline. Even though it makes me want to throttle their necks, it is still something that is very fun to see, and I love the story that's being built with it all. For my number 4, I gotta take my boy Swerve Strickland.
Okay.
I wanted to put him more up on the list, but everything that we saw in WrestleMania. SmackDown. See, I keep saying WrestleMania. SmackDown. Everybody that we saw in SmackDown just deserves my 1, 2, and 3.
Gotcha. Alrighty. For me, my 3, I have Tiffany Stratton. She is the one that held on to Bianca Belair's hair as he was being trying to be eliminated. And she also qualified for the Elimination Chamber, debuting on SmackDown, and also had a second good match versus Naomi, if I remember correctly. And then at number 2, I have Gunther at my number 2. Obviously, he just retained against Jay. And I mean, he's been a champion for over a year too, so I gotta give him a number 2. Before I get my number 1, I'm gonna give a few honorable mentions because I really wanted to put him on there, but for some reason I couldn't. Braun Breaker. I
literally popped a blood vessel.
I know it was so much fun though on SmackDown. He looked like they're gonna push him to the moon, and I'm so excited. Also gonna give Swerve Strickland an honorable mention as he's been doing great. And then of course I gotta give my mommy Roxanne honorable mention as she's a goddess. Let's be honest. At a number 1,
that right, man.
Yeah, right. At a number 1, the man who defeated the man who won the Royal Rumble, Drew McIntyre, as he got a big old win and he's been on fire, beating Jay and now Cody. I can't put him any lower than number 1. What are your top 3?
So for my number 3, I just lost the name and I don't have the numbers wrote down. Where did it go? Okay, so my number 3. Actually, I'm moving it just a little bit. So I will put Drew at my number 3 for the same thing, being able to defend, defeat. It's very nice to see that happen. And I'm enjoying the build-up. It's kind of bringing it up to the cliff. So gotcha. I'm ready to see where the cliff ends.
Go.
For my number 2, I gotta put Braun Breaker, your honorable mention. We just saw so much crazy from him, and it's something that I'd love to see, and especially the squash match with Braun Breaker, dude.
He destroyed this guy.
You think of something where like it was almost like a pinball machine, dude. He bounce, and the guy was just done for. They didn't even announce the guy's name that he was facing.
He was a local talent.
Yeah, he was a local talent. But, just for him to be there, I bet that was such like a great experience for him. Even though he was absolutely plowed over and was probably hurting for the next few days. No, Braun Breaker's great. I love the direction they're going with him.
Yes.
But for my number 1 is the person who insulted me the most.
The Rock?
The Rock.
Nice.
The entire time that he was doing his bad guy speech, I could not stop laughing.
You, Carlos, and me could not. I love it.
He could have stopped a while ago. I think he just kept going on and on and on and on.
He didn't stop.
I know.
It. And that's what made it better.
It's like, we get the point. We get the point.
We're rednecks, I get it.
All right.
We don't get it.
We understand. We have a lot of wives. It's not true, but I get it. All right, you can stop now.
It was funny through and through.
It was salt in the wound, man. I also love to see the bad guy come out in The Rock because you know that he has it there, and you know that he wants to play it off more.
Oh yeah.
And even in movies and TV shows and all that, like he doesn't get to show that.
Too
So
often, yeah.
yeah, so being able to pull that in wrestling, especially now, it's something else to have The Rock be bad. You don't see, you don't expect it. We saw him come out and we're like, yeah, it's The Rock, and then he was like talking it all up, and he's like, hey guys,
He's like, you suck.
Right.
Your whole state, you suck.
before that he was like making it all positive and stuff,
Oh, I know.
and then it was just
He
burn it
flipped it on
down.
you.
Yeah.
Love it. Aristotle there. Stirred it up, but
I
Yeah.
will say honorable mentions for Logan Paul though, because he is such a good athlete.
Wow.
I just couldn't put him in the list anywhere. Not for number one contender at all, but like he would be maybe number 7, number 8 if we did a top 10. I really enjoy Logan Paul. I just want to RKO him.
You want to be the one that punches him in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would like nothing better than to waterboard him with Prime.
And see, that's the thing that makes a good bad guy. Is you love to hate him.
I love to hate him.
Yeah.
I love to hate Logan.
And he's playing his role, and he's a very athletic, very good. Love it. That was a good honorable mention. I didn't think you were going to pull that one out.
I almost put him as number 3.
Oh, shit.
Just because I was just like, because I started looking at the list again, and I was like, maybe not. And then I was like, no, Drew's got to be it. And then I was like, okay, he's honestly like maybe 7, 8.
Mm-hmm.
But I do honestly enjoy Logan.
Yeah, you know what I enjoyed much about last week? Well, I shouldn't say it because SmackDown is live right now. But at the end of the show, as him and KO are fighting, they run off to the back and they're still going at it. I love it. I fucking love it. It's great character build. It's fucking good.
Yeah.
With that, that is all we have for wrestling. Let's move on to some entertainment, as we have a few new movies that are planned to come out. First, we got Borderlands, the Borderlands movie trailer.
Yeah.
What you guys think of it if you've seen it?
So I haven't seen the trailer yet.
I have. I have.
So,
I did.
but everything that I've read from the comments of Reddit were, this is a parody movie about a parody video game.
Yeah.
And I mean, it kind of hurts for me to read that.
Well, I've never played Borderlands. Never really been really interested in it.
This is
but-
funny though.
But it's like the movie, I feel like, will probably be a very good video game movie. Because, like,
I agree.
Because I saw, like, what was it? Side by side of character to live action character, and they're, like, identical. They're like, well, at least a little bit costume changes.
The biggest
but
problem that I
it's
have with
just-
one of the character choices is Tannis.
I don't know who
Is that
that
Kevin
is.
Hart?
No.
No.
It's the old lady.
Oh, old lady? The one with the glasses on top?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is the biggest character choice that I think did not work in the favor. She would have made a good Tannis 20 years ago.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So it just feels weird for her to be so old.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I get the casting best choice for whatever.
Yeah. I feel like it's going to be funny, though.
Yeah, no, I expect the movie to be funny. The fanboys for Borderlands are going to be hypercritical on it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay attention to them.
Yeah,
They're going to be
no.
so damn annoying.
But I just hope for like the good memes and the good jokes that come from it.
Oh, yeah.
There's one quote that I hope to see in the entire movie, and it is, "This movie was sponsored by Hyperion." That is the only statement that I need to see, and that movie becomes a 9 out of 10 immediately.
I think the movie is going to...
It looks very
I
good.
hope the movie will be good and funny.
I expect it to just be funny.
I mean, it looks very good, what I saw. So I'm excited for that. Also, Star Wars, The Bad Batch, the final season,
Final season.
has already released the first 3 episodes, correct?
Yep, it was a 3 episode premiere.
Okay.
The past couple seasons, they have done a 2 episode premiere, but with this being the final one, they're doing 3.
Gotcha.
I looked at how the episodes are going to come out.
Mhm.
I can't remember, but normally what
I
they
sent you.
would do is they do like 2 episode premiere, and then midway through the season they'll do another 2 episode
Mhm.
premiere, and then the final they'll do 2 more episodes. type of thing. I'm sure they're gonna do that for this season. But again, a lot of episodes are gonna be like,
So we have episodes 6 and 7 on March 13th,
Gotcha.
dropping at the same time. Episodes 10 and 11 dropping April 3rd. And then episode 15 is the final episode.
just one.
Just one.
Cool.
It might be
Well,
a double. It might be
I think that would
And
be
it's for
good.
May 1st.
Oh.
So I was
May
hoping.
1st. Why would they not do May 4th?
Yeah, I'm curious on what they're going to push through on May 4th.
But no, but yeah, I feel like this season they're probably not gonna have a lot of fillers, which thank fucking goodness.
They need to push the
Holy
story.
hell. Because I feel like with this season, with how they have it going, it's gonna be a nutty season. I feel like with how they're doing stuff. And with the lore and all that, I think it's just gonna be crazy on what
I
they
mean,
do.
just the cover
So-
photo that I'm looking at right here off of Instagram,
Mhm.
it's so dark looking that you can just tell off of this cover. I mean, tell me that
Oh, I've seen it,
bad
yeah.
stuff's not
No.
going to happen.
No, bad stuff is gonna happen.
off of this.
My theory is that they're gonna because this whole thing is supposed they're going to save Omega, who is the first female clone of Jango Fett.
Mhm.
And so she is technically the defect.
Yes.
But she was also cloned like Boba Fett. Boba Fett was the very first clone of Jango Fett who didn't have the inhibitor chip to an age accelerator chip.
Mhm.
And so
She's
is
raw DNA.
She is like Boba Fett, like
Yeah.
clone, like twin brother with Boba. While every other clone, the age is very fast.
Mhm.
And with this whole season is going to save her. My theory is with them, you haven't seen this.
No, we as a little whatever. I've only seen like the first 1 or 2 episodes of season 2.
No,
So
I
you
can't say
you
it.
can try and explain your point as best
No.
you can,
No,
but I would appreciate
I don't-
less spoilers.
I'm not gonna say anything then because the finale of the last season is what this season is taking off from.
Yeah.
And-
Not Book of Boba Fett. The Bad Batch is very linear in its story.
Yeah, well, just no with how it is. They're going like how the finale ended is what they're starting off of. Like it's like the season never ended type.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's not like there is a time gap. Oh, they changed what they're doing. No, this is like straightforward how they're going. I don't want to say what my theory is on that on how the show is going to end, but this is not spoiling of what's happened.
Yeah.
But I feel like Clone Force 99 is going to all die.
I kind of expected them to
Yep.
start dying off in season 2, honestly.
So I do feel like they're all going to die. Like they're just going to pull a Rogue One.
Yeah.
Is what
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's going to go.
I can
Um,
see that, like, just plainly. I didn't fully expect them to be.
Unless Hunter is the only one that survives, then to save Omega. I do feel like Crosshair, which is my favorite character of the whole Bad Batch. I feel like he is gonna come to the rescue, like he's gonna act like he's going to still turn on his brethren on the Clone Force 99. But I do feel like he's going to end up saving them and
Yeah.
then sacrifice his own life for it. But
We have to
that's
wait
how
and
it's
see.
gonna go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll have to
wait
wait
and
and see.
But excited for that. Also excited for the boys have announced the release date for the new season,
June 13th.
June
June
13th.
13th. And right before we were about to go live, you found that also they were approved for
They're
fifth season, right?
Yeah.
They're renewed for a
Yes.
fifth season.
So like a month ago, we were in like the way space of like, oh yeah, maybe they're going to do it, maybe they're not.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they're going for season 5, even though we don't know what season 4 is even going to contain.
Mhm.
I mean, one downside for me that this kind of does is anything that happens in the show, granted it's a lot more like dark and deep and depressing.
Yeah, it's very dark.
You
very
know
dark.
that the story is going to continue now that you know that there's a season 5. That is the only
Yep.
thing that kind of ruins it for me, knowing that greenlit season 5.
It just more excites me of what they're gonna do for
Yeah.
the fourth season.
Agreed.
But there is a rumor because with Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he is casted for the fourth season. His rumor is that he's gonna. If anyone's read the comics, I haven't, but he's rumored to play the character Monkey. Don't know what that is, but that's from what I've seen. So
Well,
I guess
just
we'll see.
excited for that. Also excited, we might have to do a reaction to it as we saw the trailer for Invincible, the second part of this season.
I haven't seen the trailer
Neither
yet,
have
but
I.
it is a 1 minute 36 or 37-second clip.
Mhm.
Really excited for it.
Yes, we'll watch it together because I haven't watched it either.
I didn't know there was a trailer.
Yeah, it just came out. We saw it. Shit. When did we see it? Monday.
Monday,
We saw a little tab.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I think I pushed it.
Tuesday.
Either way, we saw it, talked about how we saw it, and
Yeah,
then
but we're gonna watch it,
that was it.
and review, react together. Maybe you could join us, Clay. If you-
Possibly, yeah.
I'm excited for that. Any more entertainment news before we sign off, guys?
I remember seeing a few things. The best that I can remember is Game of Thrones is getting a new prequel series called Knights of the something or other. I need to finish Game of Thrones, and then I plan on
Same.
watching
House of Dragons.
House of Dragons, as I've been told that that's kind of like the only way to watch it. I've also been told that I need to stop watching Game of Thrones after season 4, which I completely understand, as I am halfway through season 5, and I see why people are like, you need to stop watching the show before the show just turns bad for you.
You gotta finish it.
I do plan on
You
finishing
gotta
it.
finish it.
Or more,
I haven't seen it fully, but
more or less what my plan is until the show becomes unwatchable. That is the point where it was like The Office for me. I gave The Office a 100% chance. I watched to season 4. I did not like the show. I could not continue after season 4. Everything that was good about the show was gone.
Gotcha.
The thing with Game of Thrones is you get attached to a character and then the character dies.
Always. I heard that right in the
That's how the
beginning.
type of show is.
Yeah.
Right in the beginning, to kill off the most popular actor.
Yeah, there are
Fuck
no heroes in the show.
Cool, love it.
Yeah.
How about you, Clay? Any entertainment news coming up?
If you're a gamer and like very difficult games, Elden Ring is getting a DLC that's coming out soon. It is known to it's supposed to be priced at $40 for the DLC. It's called the Secret of the Eld Tree.
Shadow of the Erd Tree.
Shadow of the Eld Tree. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I'm excited for that as I am replaying Elden Ring again. So it's a very fun game, extremely difficult, but if you're a gamer, then that's coming out soon as well.
Still no release date on that. And from this report, they just went radio silent afterwards, name dropping.
Yeah, well, they released the trailer the other day. So
Okay.
the trailer looks very promising, very good. Other news about games is that I believe it's later, I think it's mid-March, they are releasing the original Star Wars Battlefront games back out with multiplayer again.
I'm probably gonna buy that. So you're talking original, like Xbox 360, Xbox original.
Original Xbox
Yeah.
Battlefront, which I have the disc for, which I can play anytime.
So I played
and original Battlefront 2 gameplay as well, with dedicated online servers for people who want
Nice.
to buy it.
So I actually did play the second Battlefront on my PlayStation 2, but I was such small brain little kid that I didn't know that I was playing probably one of the best games
Yeah, I played on
of the
PSP.
era.
I played on PSP. I still have my original Xbox Star Wars Battlefront, the very first one.
Yeah, I found the case. That's the best that I got.
That one is my favorite out of those two.
I think I played Battlefront a little bit, but like I said, I didn't own it, so I didn't play it too long. I played
Those
it
are the
with
good
friends.
ones.
Yeah, those are like, that's what made people's childhoods.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, if that's all we have, let's sign off like we always do. Remember, guys, take everything we say with a grain of salt. We are three doofuses, three jokers that just like to talk about sports, some wrestling, some entertainment stuff, gaming, nerd shit. If you get offended or don't like what we have to say, you can always move along. You do not have to be here. Like you said, you have a choice, as like you like to say. But also, we don't need that negativity here. We try to keep it pretty positive, I
Yep.
think.
Yeah, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Mhm.
You're able to have your own opinion. You're able to have your own opinion. Formulate your own opinions. Don't follow blindly.
Exactly. Also, remember to be grateful for all the things you have. Be grateful for the problems you don't have, as it could be a million times worse, as we could see all around the world as well. But other than that, I've been Lobo,
I've been Jax.
I've been Clay.
and this was Joker's Wild Side.
See ya.
Later.